UFC, undisputed middleweight champion. The meteoric rise, the coronation is complete. There he is, the man himself, the last stylebender, Israel Adesanya. How are you, sir?
My man, Ariel Helwani, what's up, brother?
Oh, it's so great to talk to you. And I'll ask the same thing I asked Brad and Dan. Was it annoying to wake up so early? Because I get ashamed asking you guys to wake up so early because of the time difference. So I'm sorry, but I just want to know if it was annoying.
Never, never. This is part of my gig. I
You're the
told you I
man.
never switch up.
Yep.
Nothing changed but the change.
I asked Ash if it was going to be a different Israel now, but he assured me not, and here you are. So I appreciate that very much. What a night, my man. Are you still like on a high? Is it hard to go to sleep? I'm in awe of what you did this past weekend. How are you feeling about it?
Honestly, I've been waiting for like that moment where it's like, oh, because before this, so Eugene, for him personally, he doesn't like that stigma of interim, because he's not me. He's not me from the first person. But for me, I'm like, I've told you guys, I've always said I was a champ before I jumped in the UFC. I always felt like the champ. And my last fight, when I won that belt, and people kept on saying, "Oh, well, you're not the real champ. You're the interim champ." I'm like, my belt don't say interim. My belt's never said interim. If you look closely, there's no fucking interim on my belt. But then, you know, even this time, they gave me a belt. They presented me a belt in the cage, and the UFC had to kind of take it back. And I was gonna kick off. I was gonna get mad, but then I realized, you know what, this guy's just doing his job. So I said, okay, you take that. And then they're gonna change the plaque. Because my plan was to have my interim belt and then have this new unified undisputed belt. And then that one will collect the rubies and I'll be the double interim champ. That was my plan. But he's doing his job. So I was like, all right, here you go. But yeah, my belt, I still have the same belt from Atlanta. Well, actually, I don't know where it is. I think Eugene has it right now. But yeah, that was the one that I won the title when I fought Kelvin Gastelum. When I went to the door of death, that's when I won the title. This fight didn't feel like I won the title. It just literally feels like my first title defense.
Wow. And you were expecting that feeling, right? This is not something that you felt after the fact. This is the mindset that you had going into the fight.
No, honestly, I was thinking maybe, okay, maybe this time, because Eugene really, after he never really he acknowledged the other belt, definitely, but he wanted us to get this done because once we got this done, then it's like, oh, okay, now they can't say shit. There's no fucking interim. It's undisputed, unified, king of the fucking world, king of the division. But 2 seconds. Charlotte!
Getting another call there. This happened. You still there, Izzy?
I'm right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you getting another call?
Darkness. Sorry. Karen, what was I saying?
You were talking about how Eugene never acknowledged the other belt.
Yeah, that's right. He never acknowledged the other belt. He always he always just like, kind of always just 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure, no problem.
Breathe. I just got distracted there.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of always just like, he doesn't like to leave no doubt, but I always had no doubt because I'm me. I'm in my own first person view, and I always knew like I'm a fucking champ. So it's good to kind of like solidify it now and be like, yeah, we're the fucking best. Like I said, the Kelvin fight was the one where I felt like I won the belt, where I felt like I became the champ. This honestly feels like my first title defense. So I'm looking forward to the next.
By the way, I can't help but ask, but was that maybe another celebrity sliding into your DMs? I've seen The Rock now do it. Shaquille O'Neal do it. Is that why you reacted that way? Was that just another celeb showering you with praise?
Someone just turned the light off real quick, and I was like, "Yo, I'm working."
Oh, okay. That's amazing. The Shaquille O'Neal saying you're his favorite fighter. The Rock. Are these DMs that they're sending you?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy because fuck, when the Attitude Era, The Rock, was probably my favorite. Yeah, my favorite. Him and John Cena were my favorite, and Stone Cold, like through the era. But The Rock was always the best because he was always the one that made me laugh whenever he like rapped on the mic and just kind of like did his little, you know, his promos. Like he was always the one, the Brahma Bull.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah, it was just cool just to kind of get high praise from people like that. And I've always known, like, since maybe my last fight, I think that's when he became a proper fan. But yeah, it's just cool just kind of see people like that I've grown up watching, because I'm sure I've taken some stuff from The Rock just over the years of seeing the way he just works and the way he takes over a crowd. His presence, his mic control. So definitely things like that I'll soak up as a kid. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
I want to start from the beginning of the journey in terms of the week. Like it seemed like everything you were doing, you were having appearances, the media stuff, you were on point, you were comfortable, you were calm, you were collected, as is usually the case, but it didn't feel like a bigger deal, as you just alluded to. Everything went smoothly all week leading up to fight night, no problems, no surprises. It was all going according to plan.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, the camp had a few, like any camp, there's always something, with niggly injuries and blah blah blah. But you just have to, man up and deal with it and do the right thing so you don't have to pull out. And then, yeah, the fight week, it was just eerily smooth. And I think I'm glad I went to Vegas in July, because yeah, even though I spent 8 days there, I made sure I got a lot of work done. So I knocked out a lot of the shit I would have done during this fight week. I knocked it out um, in Vegas, and it kind of took away a few things. Like, yeah, it made the pre-fight obligations with the media and shit like that. It made it a lot easier because I just knocked a lot of it out, and yeah, everything was just smooth sailing, man.
When did you come up with the idea to do that entrance? I've watched it now a million times, one of the greatest ever in the history of the UFC. How did that all come
Thank
about?
you. So I think it was Wednesday. Wednesday was when I like decided, because I've always had the idea. But then after getting shut down, for the because we did it in, we had the idea again, 234 Melbourne for the silver fight, and then they shut it down, and I was just like, oh, 2 seconds, I'm busy, I'm gonna interview, I'll see you. Mwah, love you. Mm. um mm, what was I saying? Yeah, I had the idea in 234, but then they wouldn't let it, and I was like, all right, whatever. And that was Robert's show, I guess, even though he didn't show up, and I had to step up. But this time, I was just like, on Wednesday, I was like, nah, fuck it, I want to do this because my boy Jesse lives here, and my boy Jay, he always comes and watches the fight. So I was like, nah, this is my fucking show. It's a stadium show. It's gonna be fucking 50,000 plus. I'm gonna do this my way or no way. And I already knew, like, I had to get this done my way. If not, I'm not gonna stay true to myself. It's not gonna be me authentically expressing myself. So, on Wednesday, I told Jesse and Jay, like, yo, let's get this done. And then we just, yeah, made it happen.
And those are childhood friends of yours? How long have you known those guys?
Since they're not even day ones, they're like day negative fives. I've known them for a long, long, long time. Like when I first started, like venturing into the city in Rotorua, Jay was part of a group called Crucial Movement, and he was, always busking with them at City Focus and always at the youth center, the bomb shelter back then. And I used to just look up to him and be like, "Oh, this guy's so cool," because he's really never aged. Like, he's 30 something right now, got 2 kids, but he still looks the same. And he used to rock this pink bandana and just like had the steez about him, and he was such a cool b boy. And Jesse, I got introduced to him by Levi in the PE room in high school. And Levi was like, "This is my little cousin, da 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 da." And eventually, me and Jesse started hanging out, and I taught him how to dance. And yeah, we've just kind of all come up together since way back in the day in Rotorua. And it's just cool that, it's cool that for me to launch into the cage, I had people from who've known me for years, who know, my core, that I'm an entertainer, and they just kind of help me set the tone and have fun.
Here's the part that I can't quite wrap my head around. We've seen fighters do stuff before fights, but then they get tired or it kind of takes them off their game. We saw Michelle Pajeda dance to the cage and he got all tired and stuff like that. For you to pull off something like that, to think about something like that, and not only that, not only the entrance, like even I will admit, I'm not very hip. The Death Note thing, I had no idea what you were doing, but I saw it and I was like, this guy is so cool right now. Like, how could you be that on point and that, like focus on these little things that you're doing. I mean, it's a real show that you're putting on. How are you not nervous? How are you not thrown off by the
You look
moment? 50,
amazed, Ariel. You look
I am
amazed.
amazed. I am literally amazed. You pulled that thing out. I had no idea what you were talking about. And I saw these people online. They were like, oh, he was noting the booze. Of course, everyone acting like an expert. That was not what you were doing. It was the Death Note thing. You're writing his name. We learned about it afterwards. But how do you have the presence of mind to not be nervous, anxious in that moment, looking around you, focusing on Rob? How does it seem like you're just putting on a performance? I wrote this morning, it's almost like you watched the whole movie, you saw the whole thing play out, and now you're running it back and you're like, I know how this is going to play out, so I could just be calm. I could just be like, oh, look at this about to happen here. It's amazing. How does that happen? Inside, are you more nervous and not just leading it on? Or are you just really that calm, cool, and collected?
I am just that calm, cool, and collected. Um, for me, honestly, after doing a walkout like that, and I already knew, like, because someone said like when they posted that, oh, I really enjoyed Israel's walkout that fight. They tweeted it. The first comments they said was, "Oh, I hope he gets fucked up. I hope he gets knocked out." And I already know this because I know people. I know the tall-eyed, in the the tall puppy syndrome, the green-eyed monsters like that's in them, and in the stage like that. Because trust me, if I didn't pull it off, if I came out like that super confident and didn't pull it off, then you know I'm gonna be the butt of all jokes. I'm gonna be the laughing stock of the world. I'm gonna be on all these meme websites and all these World Star and all that shit. But for me to put myself on the line, like I think it was I read a post from Gordon Ryan. He said like it was a post he did this week talking about like talk like a whole bunch of shit, and then to put yourself on the line like that, and to know that if you don't fucking win, you're gonna have to eat your words. There's a method to my madness. There's a reason I always say what I'm gonna do and I get it done because I do every fucking thing in my power to make sure it happens. And you guys don't know, man. I said it all week. I'm like, pressure is an acquired taste, and I eat that shit for breakfast. It's delicious. And Robert's been away for a long time. It's not delicious to him. It tastes yuck. And I'm gonna send you a clip, Ariel. I'm gonna WhatsApp you. I saw something on Snapchat. You see, like back to back, they had when I walked into the cage, when I walked up the stairs, and when he walked up the stairs. And I'm a dancer, Ariel. Dance is body language. Language is a way of communicating. And when I see someone's body communicating with me, no matter what their eyes is trying to fake to me, no matter what their action is trying to fake to me, I can read it. And there's a moment when he walked into the octagon, and I remember like, you're not ready. He was pacing back and forth like 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 a like a jaguar in trouble, like a jaguar that's been cornered, and it's still dangerous. Don't get me wrong. If you corner a beast, it'll fuck you up if you mess up. But I caught his eyes and I looked at him and I let him know, like, I can see you. I can see past all this shit you're trying to fake. 'Cause he's pounding his chest. His left side of his chest is red from pounding it. And he's like, let's fucking go. And it's like, why are you trying to hype yourself so much? Like, and I'm saying that like you don't have to, he's trying to G himself up. He's trying to pick himself up to, motivate himself. And then me, I'm just relaxed. And I'm like, and I looked at Eugene, I turned around, I was like, bro, I got this, but I didn't want to get too excited. Because like I said, he's still very dangerous. Even when you corner a cat, a house cat, it'll fuck you up if you make a mistake. So yeah, I just made sure I dotted my I's and crossed my T's and just stayed cool, calm, and collected and played with fire. I like to play with fire. So I was letting them miss. I was letting them whiz past me. And uh, we had everything already set. But yeah, for me, I just like to put my balls on the line. I like to fucking go hard or go home. And like I said, when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world. And I had a whole lot of fun with my boys and my team.
Did you know that he was done at the end of the first, even though it kind of got saved by the bell? Like, did you think, all right, we're about to wrap this up in the second?
Mm, let's just say those who are close to me, some of them, only about two people, three people, I let them know like this wouldn't last. This wouldn't last. I let them know. I gave them the inside scoop. I let them know so they can make the right bets, and they made some nice change allegedly.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, when I hit him, you know, his eyes crossed, and I saw him fall down in slow motion, and I pulled back that punch, but I think I would have been justified to throw it. But I'm glad I didn't because yeah, now I just, so like I beat him twice. I beat him in the first round and the second round. In the second round, I don't look for the knockouts. And I told you guys, like, because when a lot of people chase them, and a lot of people would have started that second round differently because they're like, oh, fuck, I hurt him. I got to get him out of there before he recovers. But he's a dangerous fighter, man. You corner, like I say, if you corner a house cat, you corner a chicken, even. Excuse me, boy, if you corner anything, they'll retaliate. But the way he was pacing back and forth, I could just tell. Like, even in the corner, he was, like when I got rocked by Kelvin, I don't think I had the inkling in the second round before it started. I don't think I had the inkling to look at the screen and see like what dropped me. But he was trying to he was just looking at the screen while the corner and the cutman were packing up. I looked at him. I was like, hey, that's in the past. Don't worry about that. Worry about this. This is what's in front of you right now. This is your problem you have to deal with right now. Don't worry about what just happened. That's all. And he kind of looked at me and winked. And I was like, all right, then let's go. And he came out like same like Brad Tavares. Brad Tavares shot to him after the first round, you know, and he came out the second because before that fight we had a lot of heat, and then even before the first round he didn't touch gloves, and I was like, cool. I don't like to touch gloves, when the round starts anyway, because that establishes the distance. That's the first contact for your opponent. I don't want no contact unless I say so. And in the second round, Brad Tavares came out with his hand reached, and I was like, no, no, no. After he did the exact same thing. He came out with his hand reached, like, and we didn't touch gloves in the first round. So why are we going to touch gloves in the second round?
Mm.
And that's him submitting. It's body language. That's him like a dog rolling over and offering his belly in submission, you know. And I was just like, no, 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 no. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. We'll touch after the fight.
Did you know Paulo Costa was sitting in the front row wearing that snazzy shirt, or did you realize him afterwards being there?
My man, I know everything. It's weird. I don't acknowledge anything, but I could see my peripheral, my zones I was on. I could see where my family was. But like you gotta realize when I'm in that zone, I can't acknowledge my people. I can't it's just because I'm focused. I told you guys, whenever I walk out to the cage and watch all my UFC walkouts, I never like go out high fiving people and saying thank you. Like, because guess what? They don't give a fuck about you. You saw the intro when they were announcing me and the booze and whatnot. I was like, I know these people don't give a fuck about me. My real ones, when they meet me later on, the fans that even the haters, when they meet me later on, they all trying to suck my dick. I had to check one of them, this fucking fat cunt this weekend. Because he was the one after I've met him like twice at two shows. This guy that shows up to all the shows. And he's always, I've always given him time of his day. I met his parents. He looks like a proper troll, like a fat, shitty cunt with always wears a black t-shirt. And I saw him talking shit about me online. I blocked him. Then when I was on my way to the wins, he sees me, he goes, hey, Israel. And I laughed at him, like, huh, this guy. On the way back after the wins, he tried to talk to me, and I was just like, look, I don't know if anyone caught it on camera, but I just checked him. I was like, I'm not, I'm not someone you play with. I fucking showed you love. I hung out in the lobby with you. I thought we were cool, and then you start talking shit about me and saying I'm not humble and all this other shit online, like you fucking know me. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And I was like, good. And I was like, you're gonna remain blocked. And he's like, but we're still boys. I'm like, fuck no. But I just, I know people are fickle. When they meet me one on one, it's different. But people are really fickle, so I don't like to, acknowledge all the people around me, even my family. I just wait till after the fight, then I really soak it in. So I knew where he was sitting. I knew what was happening. So I acknowledged him after the fight, and I let him know, suck on D's, motherfucker.
By the time this kid gets his confidence together, I'll probably already be in the heavyweight division. I don't need to wait till 2021 to start believing in myself. That's Jon Jones reacting to your fight. Yeah.
Ariel, do you know you saw what I did this weekend, right? You know what confidence is?
Yeah.
You know what confidence is? My confidence there. Get my fucking confidence there. Get your fucking nuts out my mouth, bro. Shit. Oh, I said that the wrong way. Fuck. Redo. I was trying to say get my nuts out your mouth. Jesus Christ. Now, this guy, obviously he's trying to what do you call it? He's trying to force my hand. He's trying to force my hand. 2 seconds. He's trying to force my hand. And I'm not stupid. It's not about, oh, I'm not confident. Trust me, I'll fuck this motherfucker up when I fight him. I just have to do what I have to do. I have to defend my belt. I'm new. I've just defended my belt. I'm the unified king. There's 3 more killers, 4 more killers. I have to fuck up at middleweight first, and then I'll move up in weight. Then I'll jump up and fuck this guy. Like, I can't wait. I've planned everything, Ariel, from the jump. I've showed everyone, like, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna do it. And I already said Raider Stadium, Las Vegas, 2021. And even he's fucking contradicting himself. I'm never go. Oh, I think I'm all right here. I'm not gonna move up to heavyweight, this and that. Or do I have to move up to heavyweight? I don't want to fight DC at heavyweight. Now DC is retiring. Okay, I might move up to heavyweight. And he's just contradicting himself. He's just trying to, take, my moment. You can't even fuck with me right now, dude. Look at me, Ariel. Who the fuck is the new face of the UFC? You think Jon Jones can ever pull some shit like that? I saw him with that fucking bullshit at Nelly entrance when he did the electric slide or some shit, and then ah, like, bruh, this ain't the same. This ain't the same person, man. You can't fuck with me on anything. I told you, Ariel. He is jealous. He sees the freshman that's fucking taking all the shine. He sees the guy that's the that's the new dog in the yard, and they're intimidated. They're jealous, and they don't know how to act. So he's trying to. He's always been a fan. He's still a fan. I know he's a fan. But he's always just trying to do what he does. And I'm like, just wait your turn. Let me get. I'm not gonna be one of these guys who's not gonna defend my belt. I'm gonna defend my belt actively. I'm not gonna just be like him and fight twice a year. They're all trying to copy my shit. So let me just defend my belt first, and then I'll move up and I'll come fuck him up.
Realistically, when do you want to return? I know you said January. That seems a little soon, no?
Bro, I'm fresh. I'm probably gonna do some things. I'm leaving back to Auckland tonight, but I have some things to do. My Tom VDK's unveiling. I have to sort out and go to and show love. And a few other things. Yeah, but I have to talk to my team first. Let me talk to the Sifu first and see what he says, because we make decisions together.
Okay, but you do want to return soon, and it's probably going to be against Paulo Costa, and there's a lot of heat there between the two. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, right? You and all the talk that he has about you. He's learning English daily to try to get back at you for all the things that you're saying. You're obviously a lot better at trash talking in English than he is, but the dynamic between the two of you is a lot of fun.
Exactly. So, and also he just beat the former title contender. So I feel like, yeah, that's the guy. Also, I like the look of it. Like I said at the post-fight press conference, I like the look of it because he's the guy. He just looks like a Hollywood, you know, like, how you don't want to mean Ariel when I say, like, people are just embedded with the idea that you have to be jacked, like all the casuals. You have to be this muscled up motherfucker to be a badass. When I drop him, when I flatline him in the first round, people would be like, "Oh shit, this skinny black guy did that. Wow, he's a fucking man." And honestly, man, I'm glad everything played out the way this weekend, from like from the jump, from the start of the show to the end of the show, because they all been talking shit, Ariel, and they all been like, this guy, he's not the one. He doesn't have no knockout power. He doesn't know how to put people to sleep. I feel like, do you guys even do your homework? Have you looked at some of my fights in the past where I, like, flatline heavyweights, flatline them, and excuse me, yeah, I don't know. It's weird, I guess.
Last thing for you, Israel, for now.
Last thing, you
Yeah.
kicking me off?
Corporate Jake
What?
again. Do you know the crap that I'm getting right now for going long here? They're telling me to wrap it up with the champ, the face of the UFC. Can you believe
Tell
this?
them, tell them it's the champ. I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm playing. I'm humble. I'm humble. All right, all
No,
right,
you
all right.
should. We should be talking more. They don't realize. But anyway, they're telling me wrap it up, wrap it up. I'm talking to the face of the UFC right now. The man who's bursting through. It took him a year and a half to become champion. It took Conor McGregor 2.5 years. Do they not realize? Apparently not. They're casuals. They're casuals. You see what I have to deal with, Israel?
Fucking casuals.
But
Fire them.
but speaking of which, I just spoke to Mike Tyson, casually name dropped that earlier in the show, and we were talking
Hey.
about, feeling yourself and people coming at you when you become big time and throwing things at you and money and not knowing what to do with the money. Life's about to change. I know you say that the first win was felt like a real victory, the real belt, but life is about to change. Like, doing that on that stage, you're a big deal. Arguably, you are the face of the UFC right now. Do you feel like you're ready for that? You've been building every single time, but do you feel like things are starting to change, and do you feel like you're ready for what's going to happen? Because we've seen guys go down the wrong path at this precise moment. The guy we just spoke about, Jon Jones, went down the wrong path.
because he was young and dumb and full of cum. When you're 23 years old and you're on top of the world, you're still trying to figure out how to navigate all of this, and no one teaches you how to be famous. There's no school on how to be famous, you know. So, yeah, he fucked his own legacy up. But for me, I made my mistakes outside the UFC. You know, even example when I was here last time for the press conference, I'm so in tune. I know what's gonna happen. I realized, so I lit up a joint in the alleyway, smoked up, and then I had my AirPods in. I walked around the city, just the CBD, and I was just chilling at nighttime while everyone was going clubbing and whatnot. I just walked around the city and just soaked it all in and was just a civilian. I only got recognized twice, once in the street and then once at the tram stop. I just sat at the tram stop with all these people because there's all randoms there. I sat there. I looked like I'm waiting for a tram. I sat there for about 40 minutes and I just listened to like just cool music, and I was just like, man, soak it in. Like this is one of the last times I'll be able to do this in a major city. So I got to soak it in. After my UFC debut, I have it, you know, on my phone, on my old phone. That when I was like, man, I got to enjoy these moments because it's the last time I'm going to be enjoying these kind of things. After the fight, you're walking around, you know, like head down, you know, my cap down, and just trying to get from A to B without being recognized. Because if one person recognizes me, then it becomes like a zombie apocalypse. Even those who don't know who I am, they just have to see, oh, someone famous. Let me try and get a photo. And then, like, so even when I tell people, like, look, I'm on a date right now. I'm busy. Oh, please, just one photo. It mean a lot to me. I'm like, do you realize I'm with someone right now? I'm giving them my attention, and all they want is their moment. I just want to satisfy me. Oh, it's the least you can do for me. The least I can do for you.
Hmm.
The fuck if you done for me, you know? So trust me, Ariel, ain't nothing changed but the change. I've leveled up. I've been ready for this from the jump. And you can look in my eyes and know that I will fumble, but I'll always pick it back up. But yeah, I'm not a guy that's gonna fumble anytime soon.
Amen. Congratulations, Izzy. Really, really happy for you. And I'd like to start the movement. It's Adesanya, not Adesanya. It's
I Adesanya,
Adesanya, right?
my man.
Let's try to give you some respect. Put some respect on that name. You
Put
talk all
some
cool.
respect on my name.
Yeah, you talk cool. I want to talk cool too. Respect with a K. Thank you so much for doing this.
Definite.
And
Thank
congratulations.
you, and thanks for staying true. I'll never fold up. We'll always keep the same energy.
I appreciate it. Enjoy the victory, my man.
Sure, brother.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.